everybody? It's your boy Pitts, Pitt Sports Zone, Bowie TV, coming to you live. Listen, it's going down, all things HBCUs. And who else better to start it off with them Bowie State Bulldogs? We coming to you, Bowie State Bulldogs, total access. We got the Morgan State Bears. Listen, all HBCUs information, all HBCU news, sporting events, updates. You get it live here with Pitt Sports Zone, Bowie TV, Comcast Channel 77, Verizon Channel 11 is going down. Don't you miss a beat. Listen, it's only the beginning because it's early still. And we're gonna be here all day. All day. Yo, what's going on, family? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio, Pitt Sports Zone. Hey, listen, this has been in a long time coming. Like when I tell y'all that we have been planning and plotting and planning and plotting and plotting and planning for a long time. I finally got my guy, Jonathan Ross, Bay Area Panthers on the line. What's going on, boss?
Hey, what's going on, Pitts? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good to see you.
Good seeing you too. I'm glad we finally got here.
Hey, listen, this was the time. Timing is everything. So,
yeah.
This is the time that we were supposed to be on. So,
Definitely.
Listen, before we jump into it, I want to do a little icebreaker with you.
Okay.
Right? All right, so We're going to start it off easy. What is your favorite food?
Right now it is steak.
He said right now. It was different before, huh?
Yeah, it was yams before.
What is your favorite place to visit, or your destination visit, or a place that you've been to that you love to visit?
I would say, yeah, it'll have to be Florida. I loved everything in Tampa. Honestly, it was fun. I haven't traveled much, but yeah. So in states, I'll say it was definitely Tampa. I felt like that was real cool. Just in a whole new atmosphere.
All right, and then lastly, who was your favorite NFL team?
It used to be the Patriots. Right now, I don't have one. I don't have one.
Wait, did you leave when Brady left too?
No, I left a long time ago. When I started getting to know a little bit more about football, and then once I started get into the conversation of those players, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna wait till I'm on a team to figure out what's my favorite team.
I like that. And guess what? We're going to speak that into existence because the time ain't done, man. You've been
Yes,
killing
sir.
it out there in the Bay Area. But we're going to take it a step back. We're going to pivot, and we're going to start from the very beginning. If you can, just give the audience, the viewers, a little bit about yourself, your high school things before we get to Bowie State and University of South Florida.
So I started off playing for the Waldorf Wildcats here in Charles County, Maryland. And then Waldorf, Maryland. It was a great experience for me. I had a great coach, Coach Greg Walker. He really taught me the game. And then coming from a family of three, I'm the youngest of three. My mom, she's a strong woman, and I have a great support system with my stepdad, my dad, and then pretty much my whole family. And then after I moved here from California, I began playing for the Waldorf Wildcats, like I mentioned earlier. And then I went to St. Charles High School, which I played for Coach Williams, who's the D-line coach over there, and now the DC coach at Bowie State. So, yeah. So I went to St. Charles. After St. Charles, I went to Bowie State. Did my thing over there. Handled business, won championship, represented, made a name for Bowie State. And then after that, I decided to, enter the transfer portal, and then went to University of South Florida, flipped that program around. And now, they're winning bowl games and doing a whole bunch of more. So, yeah, just had a great career from then, and then following that, as well. Going to California, going to play for Bay Area Panthers, Coach Rob Keefe. He gave me an opportunity to go play, go explore the indoor game, which was very, very new to me. But I definitely adjusted quick and well, because football is football at the end of the day. So went over there, did what I had to do as well. So right now, still in that process of transforming and making myself great. So
Absolutely, and I'm gonna come back to that because when you talk about the transition,
mhm,
to indoor football league, I think is very interesting because you said it was something that you wasn't, the familiarity wasn't there. But before we get to the Bay Area Panthers, let's talk Bowie State. You guys won three. You know, you was there with some great coaches, Coach Wilson, Coach Sewell, um, Coach Tyree, Coach
yes.
Nemo. Like it was a gang of y'all out there.
Dang.
If you can just touch a little bit more on your transition, to Bowie State from Waldorf to Bowie
Mhm.
and to the HBCUs. Where did you at that time? Did you know? Were you familiar with HBCUs? And did you have a dream destination of even attending the HBCU?
So in my process, in my high school process, recruiting process, I really was trying to figure out what school was best for me. I really didn't have a whole bunch of options. I was actually about to be in the army, so
Mm,
which was thing I could have did, but God had something else planned for me. So
yeah,
when I got the offer to play for Bowie State, I met Coach Wilson, and from that moment, I knew I wanted to play for him. Just how he went about business. I just love his character. And how he developed guys. Like he's just real guys and not gonna sugarcoat anything. And then with Coach Sewell, Coach, all the whole coaching staff was packed with just great coaches that gave their own little nugget to you, and
yeah,
really shaped who you are as a man and also as a football player. So I give props to like my development up at Bowie State, because that's really where it really all started as far as my development of like a grind and
yeah,
really getting to it, because that's what HBCU football is about. It's like a grind, and it's about really trying to make it out the mud. And we bulldogs. That's what we do. We them
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, yeah. When you talk about the HBCU culture, and I'm glad you said that, is because I think a lot of times misinformation on HBCUs, it don't really talk about the culture or the grind. It's more so like people look at them as I feel like we're viewed as less than the Power Fives, right? Not
Mm,
just HBCUs, but I'm just talking about Division 2, Division 1.
yeah.
That's not the FBS. And when you talk about the culture, you talk about Coach Wilson, I can attest that, no, I'm not playing, but his motivation, the way he inspired you as a football player,
Mm,
is the way he inspired me as a young adult, yeah, a young man. And, for me to, keep going. And, he was the first person that gave me that opportunity to really get out there and start exposing and giving that media exposure to HBCUs.
mm,
That's how I initially started up at
mm,
Bowie because of Coach Wilson.
yeah.
And he's been supportive through it all. So I can understand why, getting to know Coach Wilson and under his tutelage and the development, not just as a player on the field, but off the field as well, in addition to all the rest of the coaches and Sewell and Tyree and Nemo and all the rest of those
Yeah.
guys as well.
Yep. A whole powerhouse.
That's exactly what it was. When you
Mm.
talk about a culture for HBC, what does it mean to you?
It's really a grind. I'll say a grind and really sticking to a primary goal and not really, no matter what nobody say, because that we had a lot of naysayers and people trying to tell us what we were and what we can do, and that's just black culture in general. I feel like
Yeah,
we always had to represent for who we are and really be in our true identity, and that's what we did for Bowie State. We really created identity for the football, as far as the football program, and really try to push it out to the whole entire school. And eventually, it all grew, which is growing now.
absolutely.
So I feel like that's really where I really stand in that question.
Man, you dominated at Bowie State. You entered the transfer portal. And in the transfer portal, you can just take us through that journey, what it was like for you in the transfer portal, what on the communication, the waiting for that call. What was that process like for you?
It was actually really crazy because compared to my high school recruiting process, I didn't really have much. So at this point I was all American and different, and it had different accolades that really set me apart. So I was like the number one recruit in the transfer portal. So I had like different schools calling me. It was very humbling just to know that I really had, like, I was wanted in a way,
Yeah.
even at the high tier schools, because it was some schools that were still hitting me up after I committed to USF. So
Mm,
it was just a whole new experience. I was happy that I got to take my family. I got to take my aunt and my mom to Hawaii,
wow.
because that was one of the schools that I was thinking about committing to, just because their culture as well. So yeah, so that was a whole new experience, fully paid for. Got to try new stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it was amazing. But just the whole process itself was something new for me, and very humbling. But I knew I had to get to work wherever I was going to be at, because I was a new man on campus. So
What was it about South Florida that made you pick them over others?
um, they were my first school that really took a chance on me,
Mm,
FBS level wise. So and also I really wasn't looking for a school that was at the top. I was really trying to find a school that was really trying to work their way up and develop and honestly come back from something. Because I've been on the championship teams, like Bowie State. I've been at the tops, and I wanted to share that with other people, share that feeling with other people, and really develop over time at a school that really had the resources and had what I needed to become that player that I knew I could be. Because Bowie State had everything it could have. Like,
yeah.
I want to be able to give back one day to Bowie State. But um, as far as resources go, USF had the resources. They had the nutritionist I was looking for. So it was just really just a business decision,
Yeah.
honestly. And plus I graduated from Bowie State, so I did that. I got my
Yeah.
degree, so I was just ready to get my master's, get my master's, and it had entrepreneurship, which I'm really intrigued about and doing right now. So yeah, that's really what drew me to USF and
And
the
that's
colors
dope.
too.
And that's dope, man. Congratulations on the graduation. Graduating. You're a
Mm,
graduate transfer, which means you already got your degree before you left, which is even a
yeah,
bigger applause to you in that
mm,
journey. When you talk about the resources, that's one of the things that I harp on is that if HBCUs got the same amount of resources or the same funding that a lot of these other bigger schools got, I think that the playing field would be so much leveler. But I do understand that when you transition to a South Florida and you look at the facilities, compared to what we have at Bowie or Division II in itself,
mhm,
it definitely is a glitz in it. When you talk about nutritionists, you talk about the
yeah,
weight facility, you talk about the trainers, all of the things that they have at your
mhm,
disposal, which is there for you that you can use at any given moment. I
yeah.
definitely can see how that played a contributing factor into your decision to the
Mhm.
University of South Florida.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely didn't want to leave though. The culture, I didn't want to leave none of that.
Yeah,
Because everything was just nice over there. I created family over there at Bowie State, forever. So I'm glad I can come back anytime and really
yeah,
know that I'm on the wall,
yeah,
So we're just all a family. So that's one thing I love about Bowie. Like, they still welcome me with open arms, even
yeah.
though I did transfer. I appreciate the whole community. So
But
yeah.
you gave your all, right? You
Yeah.
gave You was a part of the three championships, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
So you gave your all. You helped contribute to three championships. You graduated, right?
Hmm.
So everything that you set out to accomplish at Bowie State, you had already done that. So
Yeah.
there was no malice in that because you have accomplished everything that you sought out and more.
Yep, exactly.
And it was definitely your time to take your journey to the next level because when you got to South Florida, it didn't stop. Your
Mm,
level of play was still consistent. You still was a havoc in the backfield. You
yeah.
still was hassling quarterbacks. Take us through that journey. What it was like the first game walking out into that environment.
When I walked out there, I just knew I belonged there, you know. I just had to. It was just a feeling of after my first play, got a shock shed. I'm like, oh, hold on now, like this this might be a place I've been before. So yeah, so it was really just a great atmosphere, you know, playing in front of, you know, like playing against teams like Alabama, playing against
Yeah,
teams like Florida, playing against those big schools was just real. It's a real good experience, you know, just to say that I played against them and that I can compete against them as well, and supersede certain people as well in those spaces coming from Bowie State. So
yeah,
like anybody at a HBCU can do it, you know. Anybody
absolutely.
can do it, no matter what level of football. Football is football. So
Yeah,
that's what I wanted
absolutely.
to show. So
And
yeah.
when you talk about, I know you said that you develop your development came at Bowie,
Mhm.
and when you got to South Florida, what were some of the things that you wanted to work on more to expand your game on?
It was honestly the fine tuning as far as the food aspect, as far as getting my body to the right place I wanted it to be, sharpening my tools with more coaches. They had some different specialist coaches that they had as well. So it was just different things that I learned throughout, excuse me, that I learned throughout being there at USF. But really the resources was the main thing that I pulled out of USF because they just had a lot to offer that really helped my game ultimately.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before we get to the Bay Area Panthers, I just want to ask if you can share one memorable experience, both from Bowie State and then also from South Florida during your playing time.
Playing time. I'll say Bowie State homecoming is top tier.
Mm.
Just the playing in the games. We had blackouts, you know, we had the championship game, just winning, the winning culture, like and one thing I love that we used to do, which I did not love at the time, was the championship runs we used to do after games and after we got done playing. Coach Wilson used to make us run, and I never knew
Mm.
why he used to make us run, but eventually I understood like we still gotta work even though we don't feel like it, you know. And
Yeah.
that's something that really stuck with me over there at Bowie. So I'll say that. And then at USF, um, just the atmosphere, just being with the guys in the locker room, because we had certain things in the locker room that we could like play. Like pool. We would play pool, just different games and stuff. And then I'll say even playing against Alabama, just having that. We really it was Saban's last year, so
Yeah.
basically Saban against Nick Saban. It was we was playing against him and it was a rain delay. But I feel like if we didn't have a rain delay
You
and
already
we
got
played
that
that full
business.
game, I
Yeah.
feel like it would have been way different. But it was what it was. It was a great game. But that's the lowest we held. Lowest Alabama ever scored against a non-SEC team. So that was real big for us.
Was that Milton at quarterback at that time?
It was so they started the other quarterback. I don't know his name at the
Okay,
time.
right,
Yeah,
right before
but they were
Milton.
in a quarterback battle at that
Right,
time.
because
So
that was when Tua
yeah,
left, and then it was a shuffle between Milton and the other. Okay,
yeah.
you talk about the difference in learning indoor football, or just the difference in environments. Can you share a little bit more on that?
So indoor football, you have to abide by certain rules. So in the outdoor game, it's more players. So in the indoor game, it's only 8 or 7, I believe. I believe it's 8 players on the field at once. Only 3 down D linemen and 3 O linemen, and you
Yeah,
have to be aligned a certain way. So you have to be like shoulder to shoulder, half man with somebody. And it's a different way of it's a different speed. Like it can be high motion, so the wide receiver can start all the way behind the quarterback and run all the way past the line of scrimmage and to have a free reign. And you got to time it up right. So it's really just an adjustment of really your angle to the quarterback and the speed to the quarterback. So that's the main difference. And also just you can't move. Like I can't move around in the outdoor game. I was big on
Mm.
moving and always keeping the offensive lineman guessing. So you can't do that. At a point, you couldn't cross. You couldn't twist. But this last year we were able to twist, so we caused a lot of havoc with that. So
So,
that's
so you mean y'all were able to do more stunt, like
mm-hmm.
D line stunts?
Line stunts, twist.
Okay.
So we couldn't do that the first year. It was illegal to do that. Then they took the rule away this last year, and we were able to do that. I even helped throw out an idea or two of different twists we can do. But they would listen or not listen. It just depended. But but yeah, so it was real cool. This year we really I had a great time and I had a full year of actually playing. Last year I really just had 5 games that I was only 3 games I was a part of, but 5 games I was able to see. So
Not only did you had a good year, you had a dominant year,
yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
We're not going to sugarcoat it or minimize it. In 2025, the Indoor Football League season, you racked up 70 tackles, 20 tackles for a loss, five and
Mm.
a half sacks, forced fumble, and snagged an interception, which led you to being named on the first team All IF Indoor Football League. Congratulations, man!
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate that.
like the hard work that you put in, like it shows.
Hmm.
It's about opportunity, and every opportunity that you've had, you've maximized on it, and you've been
Yeah.
humble with the maximize. So talk about that. How did that feel when you found out? One, when at the end of the season, when you seen that, I mean, I was kicking ass out there this year. I was hurting them boys this year, and
Nah,
then
man.
to be named on the first team, indoor football league. How did that feel?
All glory to God, honestly.
Yeah,
He honestly put me in position, gave me the opportunity, and then gave me a great coach, Coach Malcolm Goins, Pass Rush 99. He actually was our D-line coach, and he coaches like the greats like Von Miller. He even coached with BT Jordan, who is the D-line coach for the Broncos, actually. So he taught me the game. Like he taught me how to work. He taught me how to basically craft in my own way.
yeah,
And I really just listened to his stewardship and really just try to follow what he said and just incorporate my game with what he had to say. And it was a match made in heaven. So yeah, so it was a great experience. And then just to see my hard work pay off was it's just a relief, honestly.
yeah,
But I already knew what I was capable of, and what I'm destined for. So
yeah,
I'm just ready for whatever opportunity God has for me next. So
yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
God's timing is always undefeated.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
It's always
Definitely.
undefeated. And before we let you go, I definitely want to, big up and look forward to your success on the field this year. But I also want to tap into some of the things that you're working on off the field. If you
Okay.
want to tap in some of those things as well before we let you go.
Mm. So right now, I'm actually conducting my own personal training slash group training for young people, any athletes really ready to get to work, do one-on-one training, or even
Yeah.
teams trying to come do training at Method Performance here in Waldorf, Maryland. It's called Snake Pit Training. That's what it's
Okay.
called. I just created an Instagram for it. Snake Pit Training. That's the at. And then also I'm working on my own website. I have my own website,
Yeah.
trinityross.com with 3 S's. So
Yeah.
trinityross.com with 3 S's. So doing a lot of things with entrepreneurship, just trying to continue to dive into that bag because I got my master's in entrepreneurship and applied sciences. So working on different t-shirt lines that's incorporated within my website. So I'm just got a lot of things working. But overall, just excited for what's new to come for football,
Yes,
and
sir.
what's excited for what's to come for my business as well. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Hey man, listen, I get some gear. I'll definitely rock it on this show before you start advertising.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
do
it's
that.
nothing.
Yeah,
Say less.
yeah. Get it going.
But nah, man, I definitely appreciate you for taking this time with me. I know it's been a long time coming. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
first of many.
Yes,
Like
sir.
I said, God's timing is always undefeated. You have been more than deserving of the accolades from the CIAA, from University of South Florida, and now with the Bay Area Panthers, man. Everything that
Mhm.
you've earned, you've deserved it. And you put the work in for it. I'm gonna have to get my now that my son. This is his first year playing, and he played DN like you. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to get him out there and start training with you.
Hey, come on now. I'm telling you, I got.
I'm about to find your schedule. I'm gonna have him come out there and start training with you when you're
Come
in
on
town.
now. I got you. I got you now.
Yeah. But now I appreciate
Definitely.
you, man. Be safe. I definitely we're going to connect it again. Yeah, y'all know what it is. It's your boy.
Definitely. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
all
having me
day.
too. Thanks for
Y'all know what
having me.
y'all know what it is. It's your boy Pitts and Push Sports Talk Radio, Bowie TV, Pitt Sports Zone. It's going down. Y'all already know this. Jonathan Ross, the snake. Don't
Yeah.
get bit. We out. Enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday.